I'm gonna demo the Cornell method on Obsidian. This is gonna be obsidianmd, my nice background. So let's do a quick overview. So Cornell method, in case you didn't know, are a way to study. You have a bunch of cues on the left-hand side column, the summary on the bottom, and on the right-hand side you have your content. What I see people doing is that they do they have a CSS class here, right? And then oopsie, CS classes, and then they like CSS Cornell, right? And then any kind of call out that they do, I'm gonna do a brief call out here. Let's just say Cornell, right? And then this is going to be on the test, right? Blah blah, right? Let's okay. This is gonna be, and then this will automatically be picked up and put onto the side. I don't wanna like, do that. I want to be able to use like stuff like info and notes and all that stuff without too much of a hassle, you know? So what to do? And then there's other people that other implementations that use like timeline, and then you write your entire note here, which is also like not what I want to do. I want to be able to use like normal markdown for my notes, you know? I don't want to have to convert all my existing notes to such a, practice. So what to do? So there is a ability to transclude or embed content. So let's say I have these cues here, right? And I can embed it here, have a copy of it, and then I can do stuff with that copy. So in order to grab it, I would do cues, right? Cues. Actually, no. Let's grab it and then do, let's just name this is going to be on the test. Let's just say, let's name it to skyscrapers is going to be on the test. And then we're going to make a copy, find it, give it a hash, and then link to it. Skyscrapers is going to be on the test. Cool. And then now we have a copy of it. And now I do have a CSS called UI Cornell, right? That will um, kind of place it to the left and right of itself, and then turn it invisible. I'll show you what I mean by that. So I do UI Cornell here. I'll show you the aliases when I have the chance. So you see how it goes to the left and then to the right like that? And it scrolls, which is pretty neat. It's a little bit short, like small right now, and that's because I changed the thing. Let me change it back to 4M. Okay, cool. Now it's kind of big enough and scroll enough and has all that stuff. The only problem is that this hash, right, you can insert something in between it and it'll pick up the closest one. Like that's no good. So in order to combat this, we can take this whole hash, we go inside the callouts and put it in here. And now it's going to, doesn't matter what I do inside because it's still inside this element and it will update there. Yeah, it did update. Cool. Another problem that I find with this method is that this 561508 is totally unintelligible. What I really want is I want to do a skyscraper queue. So let's do skyscraper queue instead, right? And then do UI Cornell. Unable to find it. Okay, cool. I know you're unable to find it, so let's do skyscraper queue, right? And now it found it. But it has the header, and so I have another CSS thing called NLK, which will take it out. And now you have skyscrapers is going to be on the test and has a bit of stuff on it. Generally, let's make it a little bit bigger so I can see it. Let's make it 5M. That's not good too. Let's make it actually 200, 150px. Cool. Okay, now it shows everything. The only problem is that once it shows everything, it sort of gives it. This is the nearest thing. The nearest way you can put a px. So that's why I did it 3em. And like the invisibleness is the size of it. I can't get rid of this little small part of space that it basically takes up. Second thing is going to be some of the problems of this method, which is if I change this into skyscraper queued, right? Q is okay. I'm going to rename it, and you see it's gone, right? But the name did change, so technically, if I close the note and reopen it, it should happen again. But if I just did this, this mimics closing and opening. It re-renders, so everything is great. But there's always a but. If I had accessed this during using nested a nested way, which is this is the nested way. Queues, right? And then I'm gonna do skyscraper. So I know it belongs to queues. I know that skyscraper is okay. And then I'm gonna do the UI Cornell method again, and then make sure that this is and okay, cool. So there's no link. So if I click on this, it goes here, and you can see that is okay. But if I say is okay is not okay, and I save it, and we go back to our thing, the first link changes the name, but the second link does not. So even if I re-render or reclose, it's still going to be broken, which is no bueno. So what I suggest is you don't use this method and you just use the direct link until the bug gets fixed by Obsidian. But they're like 5 people. They can barely field a basketball team. So this specific strategy is to target the alts every time you do the alias, that pipe thing. Every time you write hash and then blah blah pipe alias right here. This alias or UI Cornell gets injected into the alt attributes of an element, and therefore we can target it. So this is the targeting of the alt, the UI Cornell, and then we are shifting it left, and then we're shifting it up top. Then we're making it word wrap, making scroll, giving it a height. Uh, then that's about it. Hmm. And I mean, I think I can get rid of this little blank spot, but this is just a demo. Thanks for your time.